Hello everyone and welcome back to GameStop TV. My name is Ronspies and I'm here to help you ascend. Ascend to the mind of Hideo Kojima. See, I'm not the man with all the answers about Death Stranding. However, I am the man who thinks they have all the answers about Death Stranding. It feels like every day I see a new tweet or a YouTube comment saying, the more I see of Death Stranding, the less I know, or what do you even do in this game? Generally, there's a lot of confusion. If you're out of the loop, Death Stranding is the latest game from Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear Solid. Kojima's games are known for being a bit on the eccentric side, but they never cease to be thought-provoking and unforgettable experiences. He and his team are some of the most unique creators in our industry, and just one look at Death Stranding makes that easy to see. There's been a lot of debate and confusion about what the story is about, what the gameplay is like, what's with all the babies. I want to do my best to make a primer for you so you at least have a little idea of what Death Stranding is before you go into it. Again, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything, I'm just going off of what's been shown in trailers and game presentations since the game was announced in 2016. And keep in mind, a lot of details aren't known because that's what you'll find out when you play the game. Here's everything I think you need to know about Death Stranding. Enter Big Brain Mode now. The Death Stranding was a cataclysmic event that wiped out life as we knew it in the United States. It basically divided the world into two halves, the physical world and a sort of purgatory called the Other Side, the world of the dead, or Hades as Kojima calls it. The Other Side is home to supernatural entities called the Beached Things, or BTs, who are stranded in our reality. It seems as though they're naturally predatory toward humans because they're not exactly passive. Cliff, played by Mads Mikkelsen of Hannibal and Rogue One fame, is connected to the Other Side somehow. He seems to be a scientist of some kind, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved with the Death Stranding when it happened. He also has a connection with the Bridge Babies, the babies that are seen carried around by Norman Reedus' character, Sam Bridges. Bridge Babies enable their carriers to see the BTs, but Sam can also sense them without needing a Bridge Baby. Sam is a delivery man tasked with finding a woman named Amelie and reuniting the nation under a unified government once again. As events transpire, a group of terrorists led by Higgs, played by Troy Baker, seek to trigger voidouts to destroy the world still left after the Death Stranding. Voidouts are what happen when a BT comes into contact with a human. It's a giant explosion that leaves behind a huge crater. However, just because Sam might be killed by a BT, that doesn't necessarily mean he'll die. He respawns as you would if you died in a multiplayer game, but the crater stays as a reminder of where you quote-unquote died. BTs aren't the only environmental hazard in the world of Death Stranding, as there's also something called timefall. It's rain that causes anyone who touches it to age rapidly. The timefall is why you see everyone in hoods, wetsuits, and holding umbrellas. So, okay, that's the world, the characters, the bad guys, but what do you do in Death Stranding? I think if you've played Metal Gear Solid 5, you have a good idea of what Kojima Productions is trying to do with Death Stranding. From what I've seen, it seems like Metal Gear Solid 5, but with a much higher focus on exploration and survival. Kojima has been kind of unsure about what genre to put Death Stranding in because it seems like a mishmash of a bunch of different genres in one game. It's open world in the sense that it's made up of sprawling environments to explore. It's an action game in the sense that you can fight your way through enemy encounters, and a stealth game in the sense that you can sneak your way through enemy encounters. Survival because there's certain elements like treating wounds and, urinating. Adventure because the progression is based more on traversal and discovery than combat. Like Metal Gear Solid 5, I think there's also going to be a really nice progression in this game too. In Metal Gear Solid 5, you start off with a basic assault rifle and handgun, but by the end you're teleporting people back to base with wormholes and zipping around on a robot shooting rockets at giant mechs. I think it'll be somewhat similar in Death Stranding. You might start off walking everywhere with no means of fighting back, but after a while you'll have a motorcycle and a grapple gun. There's a lot of potential for a really engaging, enticing gameplay cycle that continuously escalates throughout the game. But ultimately, Kojima keeps falling back on one term to describe Death Stranding with: strand game. I think what he means by that is that you're not actually playing this game alone. Everyone who plays Death Stranding is doing so collectively. Players can help each other out by leaving items for someone else, or uncover secrets by all doing certain things at one spot on the map at the same time. Death Stranding is a game about connections, about reconnecting a fragmented society, about human connections, about connecting with other players. I think the most important thing to keep in mind about Death Stranding is that even though there might be dozens of terms and characters to remember, it's not actually about those things. It's about the underlying messages and tones. Death Stranding might seem confusing on the surface, but I don't know, maybe it still is underneath. But that's what I love about Kojima's games. You can enjoy them on a variety of different levels. You can enjoy Death Stranding because it has Norman Reedus and it's pretty to look at. Then you can go deeper and enjoy it for its gameplay systems. Then go deeper and enjoy its aesthetics and tones. Then deeper for its story. Then deeper for its messages and themes. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Kojima's games are for everyone on the planet, but if you love them, there's a ton to love. And I love Kojima's games. Hopefully now you're at least a little bit more prepared for Death Stranding, but who knows, maybe I was way off and all this was for nothing and just a huge waste of time. And either way, if you like theorizing, there's no better game to theorize about than Death Stranding. Thank you for watching. If you want to keep up with me or watch more, I have a YouTube channel called Ronspies, and you can follow me on Twitter at WadeLikesPie. Stay tuned to GameStop TV, there's more on the way.